attractive versus being ugly in high school. But I ain't gonna lie, in high school, a nigga was low-key chopped. I wouldn't even say I was chopped for real, bro. We meet and we had this thing in our group chat, right? We go to like a bunch of girls in our school type shit. We get them to rate us on a scale of 1 to 10, bro. I'd always get that smooth 7, bro. That smooth 7. And that 7 wasn't even bad though. I'm not gonna lie, high school was holding a nigga back, bro. Nigga was broke, nigga had no money, nigga had no bitches. It just be like that. Anyways, look into this video by Berto.
One of the hardest realities that people don't like to admit is that looks do matter. Being attractive versus being ugly in high school. It might not seem fair, but life's not fair. You're gonna have to get over it. This is just something that you're going to have to accept at some point in life, sooner rather than later. But definitely during high school, depending on how you're moving, you will have night and day experiences, whether you consider yourself ugly or attractive. The new kid that everybody thinks looks good and everyone wants to sit next to him or her, or the nigga that's just invisible unless somebody wants to copy the homework. High school didn't treat us all the same. And the truth is, the way you looked back then, it mattered way more than some people are willing to admit.
Nigga, that's facts though. I'm not gonna lie, that's facts, bro. Nigga, I had this homeboy, bro. This nigga was a magnet. Nigga was, I call this nigga Mr. Bitches, bro. I can't even lie, bro. This every time you go through a snap, bro, this nigga snapping a whole and that's when Snap was popping and shit, bro. Nigga had a whole bunch of biddies, bro, just on his phone, readily available at any time, bro. Always on his P's, bro. I mean, at the end of the day, bro, some niggas just got it easier than others, bro.
But here's what a lot of people don't talk about. The game does change. And today we're going to be breaking all that down. When you're attractive in high school, tall, clear skin, strong jawline, whatever it is, for the most part, you get the pass on virtually everything. Teachers assume you're smarter. Classmates want to be around you more. You make that weak ass joke, everybody's laughing. You walk into the room, everybody's looking at you, giving you that validation. Objectively speaking, when you are more attractive, you don't have to try as hard. I know it doesn't seem fair, but attractive people don't play by the same rules as ugly niggas. When people find you attractive, they tend to project more value onto you that you might not even have deserved. And naturally, that's gonna build confidence organically.
No, I can't even lie. No, there's this one point, right? So boom, grade 12 comes around. I start hitting that weight room, bruh. Cause I was doing it in grade 11, but that's during like the COVID times. Niggas know that era. Who the fuck was doing school during them times, my nigga? You go to school or some shit, you go back home, you go to sleep, my nigga. Most of that shit was lame. But when I started to lock in, I was like, okay, let me try and hit my weight goals. Let me try and do some things. Nigga, I was walking around the school like I was that nigga. Oh god, bro. Oh god, bro. Now, mind you, was I attracting the woman I wanted to? No. You know, hey, but nowadays, you know, things have changed.
Because you're constantly being rewarded for virtually doing nothing. You got girls coming up and shooting they shot with you. Everybody's always inviting you to all the activities and shit. Out the gate, the world treats you like you matter. And that can shape who you become as a person. But there is a dark side to that. It's great to have all these things happening to you just because you exist. And if you're mature enough, you might actually be able to use these things to a huge advantage in life. But what happens to a lot of these guys, especially during high school, is they end up peaking very early. A lot of the hardship that we endure during life, even though it doesn't necessarily feel the best when we're going through it, it's these down bad times that allow us to learn from our mistakes and strive to be better people in general. One thing that pain gonna do to your ass is gonna make you dig deep and try to figure out how to become a better person. So when everything feels like it's just been handed to you on a silver platter, it's gonna be a lot easier.
No, this is facts though. This is super facts though. We had this homeboy. We don't fuck with this nigga no more. We do not fuck with this nigga no more. But let's just call him Ant, right? So boom, this nigga grade 9, bro, was fat as hell. Nigga had the glasses on. Nigga was stubby too, bro. So you know how niggas have to compensate when they don't look the best. You know, you gotta be a funny ass nigga. You gotta be a, oh my gosh, if you can make her laugh and giggle, you can make a clap and jiggle ass nigga. You know, grade 10 hits around. That summer, that summer was changing a lot of niggas, but this nigga started hitting the weights. This nigga was taking that creatine and shit. That nigga got his hair permed. Bro, what do you niggas know about the perms in high school, bro? Everybody wanted the curly hair back in the high school days, my nigga. And my ass didn't have that shit, bro. I was trying so hard, bro. I'm getting off topic for real. But yeah, this nigga gets his big glow up. This nigga comes back and it's, oh, bro went from fat lame nigga to, okay, now he's the #1 rated in the group chat. Okay, now he has every hoe on his line. Now with great power comes great responsibility though. And that nigga was not using it responsibly, bro. This is why we don't fuck with that nigga, because that nigga was on some predatorial shit.
Easier for you to fall into this position. Young and immature, getting all that validation, it's so easy to develop a shit personality. Lacking emotional intelligence, you don't got no work ethic, and why would you? You didn't have to earn nothing. Now on the other side where you're considered ugly, you're in high school, you're chopped. Or maybe even worse, you're just average, you're not conventionally attractive. And I ain't gonna lie, that sucks, because you're kinda on some NPC shit. You just a background character in the world, just constantly being overlooked. A lot of these people end up being the funniest people in the room, but only because they're loud and obnoxious about it. You could be loyal, smart, and creative, but because you're being judged on your outside appearance, nobody really gives you that time of day to truly express yourself. You watch the girls that you're obsessed with go be with guys that don't give a fuck about them, and vice versa. Y'all always getting friend zoned or just straight up ignored. And the most frustrating part is anytime you do anything or try to apply yourself, everybody start pointing the finger and being like,
yo, you're weird, you're trying too hard.
Anytime you try to do something, everyone
On God, bro. Nigga, it was on some shit, bro. There was no chance for me to get no hoes, nigga. Nigga, even the bops ain't want me, bro. Nigga, there was this one shot. I invited to the crib, and she still friends on my ass, my nigga. I took it that far, and I like, you know, it is what it is. I can't lie. I did have a girl in high school though, but that shit lasted a solid week.
wants to make a big deal out of it. You're weird for trying. I understand how hard it is to be in this position, but I need y'all to really start to understand something. You do low-key have the advantage, because while you're suffering now, those guys are gonna be suffering later. High school is just 4 years of your life, and then if you go to college, most of y'all are only gonna go for another 4 years. So you're looking at about 8 years of your adult student life. Even if you stretch that out to 10 or 12, that is still nothing compared to the full adult life that you're gonna have to be dealing with till the day you die. Which, if you're anything like me, we praying to hopefully live past 80 or some shit. That might be really long, but I want to live that long shit. I don't know about you. As long as I'm able to walk and talk and shit, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm trying to say is, if you take that time to start working on your personal value, you start figuring out your version of being funny, mysterious, interesting, develop great social skills, find a sense of style that works for you. And yes, you're doing all these things because you have to, but there's nothing wrong with building your character in the shadows, bro. Because one thing that I know is for certain in this life, that long-term win is always so much better than the short-term one. Now I can easily see after me saying all this stuff, if you're watching this video and you consider yourself to be conventionally attractive, you feel like you're a semi-popular guy in school, you watching this, yo, Berto, what the fuck, bro? You just shitting on us, man. But I just have to call a spade a spade. If you are an attractive guy or a conventionally attractive guy or girl, you're fighting two different battles here. You probably noticed you got a lot of yes men around you. People that don't really ask too much questions, but they're just always gonna validate your feelings. Everybody's sucking up to you because you the man on campus or girl. When it comes to you, the biggest challenge that you're gonna be facing is the mental one. More than anybody else, there is gonna be so much pressure on you to not become an asshole, to not become this cocky, selfish, hard-headed person.
Right, and that's what happened to that one nigga. There's a couple niggas I know actually, bro. They're in a position that's better than you, and they're just like, oh, okay, my nigga, you're a lame ass nigga. Who the fuck are you, bro?
If everyone around me at that age was making me feel like I was the shit, naturally, it's so easy to just accept I'm that nigga. I don't need nobody. I'm the man. You're gonna have to work overtime to be hyper self-aware. Even more self-aware than the guy that's considered quote-unquote ugly, because you were naturally blessed with things that everybody's working so hard to achieve. So you don't necessarily have to try. And a big harsh truth for y'all is a lot of people that be sucking up to y'all and consider themselves to be y'all friends ain't your friends. They're envious of you. They jealous of you. They want what you got. And if they could, they'd see you bleed. You were just the entitled prick that was handed everything in life. Why would I want to see you win? It's your responsibility to look deep within yourself and stay humble. Continue to work on yourself. Because nobody else is telling you you're going to have to find your own weaknesses. Even if your bad is better than everybody else's.
One thing that you see a lot I don't even know if it's just high school. It could be real life in general. How come every time you see some fine shit, she's always with some big bitch? Like you always see some 10 out of 10 fine shit, and then her friend will be some mid shit, and it's like, here's my theory, bro. My theory is she has the mid friend to make herself look better in comparison. You know, it could be like an ego thing.
I know you guys have heard the saying, your best day is my worst day. Well, that might actually be the reality for a lot of you guys. Without even trying, you are doing a lot better than people that are busting their ass. But just because you ahead of the curve doesn't mean you can't get better. You cannot settle. Because if you do, people will pigeonhole you into thinking that you are the best. And while they are working in the dark to take your spot, you gonna look up and realize, oh shit, everybody done passed my dumb ass. Because I'll tell you one thing, everyone loves a good come up story, but the guy who has it all, oh yeah, they gonna laugh as you fall all the way down from grace. Now here's where things get really interesting. After high school, looks still matter, but not in the same way. Because you're now living in the real world, people are gonna start to look for value out of confidence.
You know that topic where would you rather I'd rather a good personality than some good looks? Like, nigga, it's cap. Every time anybody says that, it's cap, bro. You're obviously taking some fine shit over some chopped nigga that has a 10 out of 10 personality. The way looks determine where you place in this world is some crazy shit, bro. You could actually get away with a lot of things just because how pretty you are. Bro, more people will just gravitate to you if you're an attractive person. I'm not gonna lie, I've seen it firsthand, I've seen it secondhand. There's this one time in university, I walked into some shawty and I said, you look sick. She said, I said, yeah, you look sick. I think you need some vitamin me. Nigga, this was the worst shit I've ever said in my life. This girl took my phone out my hand, typed in her IG, and passed my phone back. Secured the bag just like that. Like, bro, it's really that easy.
Energy, direction, presence. And a lot of times the guys that weren't just handed social success on a platter, they start to win. All of a sudden, that nerd who was getting called weird in school because all he did was spend his free time working on his passion projects, he's considered cool and inspirational because he started so early in life and he stuck to his dreams the whole time. I know you guys have seen it. The guy that was getting called mid in high school, all of a sudden everybody wants to date him. The quiet kid that was always keeping to himself on the computer all the time, he's rich as fuck because he done started some crazy business. Making that real money on, getting to it. That awkward kid that everybody was like, oh, he dresses weird, he ain't got no sense of style. Now all of a sudden, all the things that you were calling weird about him dressing is now cool and he like a fashion icon or some bullshit. Meanwhile, the high school golden boys, again, because they couldn't keep their ego in check, they done peaked in high school.
That's what happened to me. I was really fucked up in high school, bro. Wasn't really doing much, nigga. I didn't even know what direction I wanted to take, bro. I did not want to go to school. Niggas damn near forced me to go to school. Nigga, fuck school. I don't regret it though, cause you know, it's a cool experience and shit. But as soon as I left high school, nigga, I was getting to the manyans. Nigga, I got the dreads flowing. Like, but my style was coming in. I was able to afford shit, bro. I was able to do shit. I was going places. I was talking to people. I was really me, bro. High school was holding a nigga back, and that's what it's gonna do for a lot of these type of niggas, the niggas that are mid chopped. It's really just gonna hold you back, but your potential is gonna come right after you. Like, your potential is coming soon, bro. High school is just a small part of your life, like this nigga's just said, bro. And if you peak in high school, boo-hoo.
Chasing validation. They stuck in the past, always talking about some, remember when I used to do this? Remember when I held this high school record? Like, nigga, ain't nobody give a fuck about your high school record, bro. Some of these weirdos still attending high school parties and shit. And I ain't gonna lie, man, if you over the age of 18 attending high school parties, your ass might need to go to jail. But the shit completely flips, bro. All that cute bullshit that used to impress the high school girl and she thought was like really attractive during high school quickly starts to become immature and lame when you're actually an adult. Because at this point, women aren't only looking at your looks, they're looking at your pockets too, nigga. Can you provide? Can you take care of a family? And the same thing goes for girls. All the girls that was Succubus and Tatiana's back in school, you know what I'm saying, only focused on how much niggas they could smash. Fast forward, they 30, still doing the same shit with 5 kids from 4 different baby daddies. I'm trying to tell you, that shit get real quick, bro, if you don't start paying attention. And a lot of these girls getting older keep chasing chasing this young girl lifestyle, but they not getting any prettier. What happens to these women when they start looking like aunties and grandmas and they still trying to compete with the women that are young and beautiful still? They burnt out and ran through. It's crazy. When it's all said and done, high school does not have to define you. It kind of just shows you where you're at. Either you're a little bit ahead, either you're a little bit behind, maybe you far behind, or maybe you far in the lead. Being attractive back in high school is definitely one of the things that will temporarily put you in the lead. But that could either be a huge advantage or a very unfortunate disadvantage. But it's up to you as the individual to make the best out of it. And being ugly can give you all the motivation that you need to become the best version of yourself. Or you can bitch up and let it ruin your life. So if high school is messing with your confidence, good. It's part of the process. Let it. Just be aware about it. Be intentional. Use that shit as fuel. Lock in. Allow it to help you.
That's enough of this video for now. But it is so simple if you want to get better looking as a man, bro. You gotta exercise. That doesn't even mean going to the gym, bro. As long as you're fit, going outside, getting some sunlight, my nigga, that shit helps you. Like, look how clear my skin. That shit is glowing, bro. Like, I'm glowing, my nigga. You gotta go out and get some sun for real. You actually have to have some people you talk to, bro, because your mental, having a clear mental space, one of the biggest things. Like, niggas really don't be paying attention to their mental health. Mental health is one of the key parts of actual attraction. Because if you're not confident in yourself, you're walking around bummy as hell, like looking down, niggas are gonna look at you like, nigga, who is this weird ass nigga? Another thing, make sure you're getting that sleep, bro. Niggas be slacking on their sleep, scrolling shit. Now mind you, bro. Every nigga's gonna beat this shit, bro. Make sure you're getting that 8 hours of sleep. Eat healthy, drink water. On top of that, bro, make sure you're brushing your teeth, keep that hygiene up, take your showers. Bro, niggas don't know how far some cologne could go and how far your scent could go, bro. You could be some chopped nigga, but if you smell good, they're gonna be like,
this guy smells good though.
People are gonna naturally want to gravitate towards you if you smell good. Get your money up or find a passion. Like, people will notice if you're a passionate person. Like, if you have something that you're working towards, values, goals, work towards them, bro. Make sure you're always striving for better, striving for greatness. Because, again, nobody wants to be a bum-ass nigga. Nobody wants to be with a bum-ass nigga. This is a good video by Berto. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, post notifications. Appreciate you for watching the whole video. And, yeah.